Howdy, y'all. Let's have some fun. There we go. Howdy, Mark. Howdy, sir. How are you doing today? Personally, I'm having a great day. Whether they want me to or not. Southern Piper, howdy, sir. Great to see you. How are y'all doing today? Remember, this is Wednesday, hump day. It's midweek. And that means Nashville Mafia tonight. So fill up your Zippo and load up a pipe. We got about an hour and a half until then. A little bit less, but not by much. Hopefully, everybody's day is going at least as well as mine. That leaves a lot of room for improvement, trust me on that one. But just don't worry about me. My day's been pretty damn good. I know y'all don't see me smoke a pipe very much. I'm trying to remind y'all that I do smoke pipes. Including this one that I turned from a raw block of wood with a couple of holes drilled into it into a decent smoking pipe. How old is your middle son? I only have one son. He's 27. I don't get to spend near enough time with him. But he made me a grandfather last year, so I'm good. Cedric, howdy, sir. 18. You know what? Spending time with an 18-year-old is an amazing thing. It's amazing that they want to spend time with you. And it's amazing that you get to see now that they've progressed pretty much into an adult. Oh, college campus tour. That's a good thing. So howdy, Cedric. Glad to see you're here today. Hopefully your day has been excellent. I did a couple of little chores around the house. Did some shopping that my wife told me I had to do. Came home, smoked a pipe, read a book. Been having a great day, really. Except for having to be out and about with humans. Surprisingly, people that are out and about since COVID started seem to have fewer and fewer brain cells. I don't know why that is, or maybe I just have less patience for people as I'm getting older. Sooner or later, I'm going to be telling people, get off my lawn! Not yet, but sooner or later. And yes, I did make this pipe. I know I made it because there's my numbers on it right there with Voodoo Review. I hear a cat scratching at a door. Damn this cat. Come on. Get out here. Easier to have y'all miss me for a few seconds than it is to clean up cat piss later. You know, Mark, that's very possibly true. Very possibly true. Out of Spayburn? What is Spayburn? Maybe I missed something. Only thing I'll tell you is I got stuck behind two people that wanted to go 10 miles an hour below the speed limit. And I'm normally a 5 mile an hour over the speed limit kind of guy. And I'm not for taking my time while I'm out there. I just... Oh, Spayburn, Scotch. Okay, got it. That would be a problem then. And I've never been one for leisure drives where I just want to hang out there on the road. I want to get there and get done and then get back. Well, I promise, my knowledge of Scotch is very small. I know about what I like, and that's about it. I need to learn some more about Scotch. It's a great pairing for cigars and pipes. There's actually a lot of great alcohols and whiskeys and bourbons and such that are great pairings for cigars and pipes. But I try not to look too much like a lush and just keep pouring them in myself. That seems to be always when I have my problems. Cedric, make sure you catch up with Southern Piper. He wants to connect with you offline. And his email is in his channel description. So, there we go. Pipes and Pours, howdy sir. Brian in Chicago, how you doing today? Well, that is true. You can definitely learn more about certain items just by sharing your own personal thoughts and experiences. Howdy, Sharon. Great to see you, ma'am. Hopefully, Paul is not far behind, and I hope you're doing well, especially about your knees. As we know, I'm also a knee sufferer. I gotta tell y'all, some of y'all have such nice studios and setups and all of that. I have a corner of a brick wall by a front door that's always got noise coming in. And I apologize about that. But this is the only area where I'll be able to smoke, where I can, within reason, stay dry if it rains and out of the wind if it gets really blowing. Pipes and Pours, your boy is a little bit older than my youngest granddaughter. My only granddaughter. Howdy, Paul. Great to see you, sir. So happy to have a wrench in here. Yo, believe me, I don't mind that I have good bricks here at my back. You know, I made a whole lot of videos out here with these bricks and that damn light and this damn light. And tell you what, one of my best videos made me make a face that you would not believe. Of course, if you saw it, you believed it, because you saw it happen live. I speak, of course, of a certain video where I ate some really spicy peanuts. It's coming up on a 1-year anniversary. Odie, howdy, sir. Great to see you, sir. Hopefully y'all are all doing well. By the way, Mark, smoked number 2 today earlier. And, oh man. I almost wish I'd saved it for this time right here, but I wanted to have a pipe that I knew would last for an hour and a half, maybe 2. Mostly because I knew I was going to be going a little bit long. So I smoked that one earlier today. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Awesome pipe. It smokes as well as it looks. And it looks freaking phenomenal. So what can I tell you? I really am, Mark. I really am. That's not just some bullshit because I'm trying to be nice or something. If y'all haven't been paying attention to Mark's channel, that's Tobacco Pipes International, you might want to give that a look. Quite often he's refurbishing estate pipes and then putting them back out there, and his work is exceptional. I mean, this is just one example. And look at this stem. I should have took it in and at least wiped it down with a cloth before I tried to show it to y'all. But that stem is beautiful. And if you can see it in the light, it's even prettier. Oh, yeah. She's definitely pretty. Definitely pretty. My wife was even saying, damn, that's a pretty pipe. And she doesn't much care about pipes or cigars. Other than it's a way for me to not be anywhere near my mother-in-law. Sometimes that's very helpful. Uh, Mark, no, that didn't make it into any of the boxes. But you're being too nice. Don't. It'll be okay. I'll. I mean, yes, I would love some, but I'm not trying. I feel way too blessed. Lately, the world has been pretty good to me, so I've been getting into GAWs and telling them if I win, send it someplace else. Uh, Speaking of GAWs, Chad has a GAW going on right now. It's for an Asikian pipe. If you haven't even looked at Asikian pipes yet, you probably need to check out Niche. That would be Avid Piper on Instagram and on Facebook. And I'm telling you, the pipes are jewelry quality. Some of the stuff that he does is like, nobody's doing this stuff. Well, he is, so. And I'm going to tell you, I want one. So I'm going to be getting into Chad's GAW to try and actually win an Asikian. I admit it. And Glum Chum Piper has a GAW going right now for a very nice pipe. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to get into Glum Chum Piper's GAW. I do not want the responsibility of trying to decide who should actually get this pipe other than me. I would love to have that pipe. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have that pipe, but right now I am feeling way too blessed. And I mean that. I'm not trying to guilt trip anybody into sending me stuff I don't want. I'm taken care of. I'm pretty damn set up where I'm at. I mean, I don't have a lot of spending money, but that's besides the point. There are people out there that need, and I'm not in that category. I don't need, and I would want people who haven't won or who actually need to get in and win some of these GAWs. I don't want to win every GAW. Of course I want to win every GAW. It feels good to win. But I've said it many a time. I'll say it again. I'll say it again several times. Just being here in the YTPC, that's a win. For me, that's a win. That's all it takes. Mark, I really hope that YouTube will leave you alone. Recently, I was banned because I said a certain word about a chemical that is being used in Japan. And I know this because I have friends from a long time ago who are half Japanese and live in Japan. Really? Russell's Reserve is that expensive where you're at? That's ridiculous. It is very good, though, Odie. It is very good. I don't know who's going to pay $800 for it, but I mean, the last bottle I had of it was $45 for a fifth. So it's a little on the pricey side, but it's not $800. Sometimes I think these publications just say this is the number one stuff just to jack the prices up so that they can hurt the company. Just as a thought. Be Numb Joe, howdy sir. Great to see you, sir. Hopefully you're doing well. Uh-oh. GAW canceled. Okay, well, I will check to make sure if it's canceled or not. I will be looking for that. I hope it's not, but hey, you know what? If it is, then it is. I'm not forcing anybody to do a GAW. Okay, back to other GAW news. Craig at Hiking Pipes has 5 or 6 tins of tobacco. One of them is And Soda Bed, which is really good. I had a small sample of that at one point in time. And there's some other ones that he has up there that are really knock it out of the park type stuff. Yep. Okay, Southern Piper, not a problem. If it's canceled, it's canceled. Hey, sorry. Chad has decided to cancel his GAW, but he's going to gift that pipe to somebody. And you know what? Power on, Chad. Not a problem. If you're just going to gift it to somebody, don't gift it to me. I will probably go for getting one eventually. That way I get the exact one I want. Odie, no, I'm talking about the 13 year. But the stores right here where I'm at, when they get them, they put them at a reasonably fair market price. I know it was the 13 year because I was like, oh good, lucky number 13. Snagged that one off the shelf. Maybe it's gotten a whole lot more expensive since then. I mean, I don't buy bottles as often as you do. Howdy, Jeff. Great to see you, sir. Hopefully you're doing well. I mean, I guess the 13 that I had was probably 2 years ago. Now, I'll tell you, I haven't been looking for it. because I like the rare breed better than the Russell's Reserve. That's just me. Remember, I am a very big, huge turkey fan. I love that stuff. And my own personal preference, I find the flavors and the smooth quality of the rare breed far exceeds what the Russell Reserve is. Russell Reserve is good. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not saying that it's not good. My personal preference is for the rare breed. And I almost got something where they've smoked it with mesquite the other day. I think they call it Long Branch or something like that. I was really looking at it, but I was like, it's not really bourbon if that's what's been done. But I mean, okay. Oh, and pipes and pours. I'm going to tell you right now. For me, readily available, easily obtainable still outweighs what anybody wants to tell me about this is the best bourbon ever. Because if it's the best bourbon ever and I can't get it, then it's like Frogmorton's Cellar. People can tell me all day long, oh, it's the best stuff ever, but you can't get it, so how good is it? If it was really the best stuff ever, it would still be in production. My opinion, just my opinion. Now, if I had the ever-present magic genie and I could miracle up some of whatever I wanted, yeah, I'd have a cellar full of frog and I'd be selling the hell out of it on a regular basis. You know, 1 or 2 tins a day just to keep the price high. Yeah, Brian, I'm right there with you. I don't need unicorn blends. I don't need miracle, if you can even find it, blends. And quite honestly, if it's more than $100 on a bottle, that crap can sit right there on the shelf where it's going to sit for the rest of its life, in my opinion. Right. So like you're saying, it'll come out of the factory at a certain price. If I really, really wanted a bottle of Russell Reserve 13, I'd drive up to Kentucky and go shake hands with Jimmy Russell again and get myself a bottle. If I had to have it, I wouldn't be sitting there waiting for somebody to put me on some sort of list where I barely can get to it. Nope, I would go straight to the source and I would camp out until they brought it out to me. But I'd know the price directly from them, and I wouldn't be paying 8th party markup either. Bino, I'm right there with you. 25 puts me in the Jefferson and the Woodford Reserve and the 1792 base. Nothing special, just their base regular bourbon. 35, 40 is top end of that. On certain special bottles, I will go a little higher, and I know I will. Like the bottle of Russell Reserve 60th anniversary was a $100 bottle, and I knew it was a $100 bottle. I heard about it 4 months before I even saw the first bottle. And I had a bottle, and it was great. But I drank a bottle, and, well, there it is. Oh yeah, people go to get the bottles of Blanton's like crazy. Now, fun thing about Blanton's. If you can get every bottle top that spells out the word Blanton's, you get, if you line them up just right, you can see a picture-by-picture take of Secretariat running the last leg at the track in New York. It was there, it was in my head, and the track just skipped on me. See, Texas does not control the bottle price. And their taxes on alcohol is actually pretty low. It's the government taxes that you can't get around. Southern's got it right. Belmont. No, Phil, not Saratoga. You should have known that. The big race in New York with Secretariat. The Belmont. Hey, reading about Secretariat's great. You can also YouTube him. I knew if I was talking about horse racing, Phil just might show up if he was here. By the way, howdy Phil, great to see you, sir. And for anybody who's not been going to the blog on a regular basis, aka the blob, you've been missing out. Most every blog entry all the way through has had some links. Very few of them haven't, but most of them have. Those links will take you to other places that you're going to want to know about. Oh, tobacco prices at rock bottom prices for good stuff. Yep. Phil's been putting that in there. Various different things that are related to cigars and pipes. Yep, Phil's been putting that in there. Take you 3 to 7 minutes. You know, while you're sitting on the can in the morning, you can flip through, read that blog, and be done with all your blog for the day. Without eating any more of your time than you were already going to chew up while you were sitting on the can. Just saying. Not saying that's the only place you should try to get it. I like to have mine with a cup of coffee just about every morning at around 5-something o'clock, because the next day is already up there at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's freaking awesome. Odie. That would be a big store. Ezra Brooks is not bad. That's right. Paul, how did the haircut turn out? Howdy, Steve and Miss Kathy. Hopefully you're doing well. Now, some people don't drink, and you know what? That's fine. I'm not trying to tell people that they got to drink. And, as people get older, sometimes they get diabetes, and diabetes makes it so that you shouldn't be drinking at all. Oh, Paul's got another appointment here in a couple of hours, probably. He said in the morning. I've been to a few harness races. I've been to the Kentucky Derby. I've been to the Belmont. Not in the same year. And then the other big race to win the Triple Crown. I haven't been to that one. Cedric, I will take your word for it that diabetics drink rye. My dad got to be diabetic, and that was the end of his ever drinking again. Preakness. Yes, the Preakness. I have not been to the Preakness. Last time I was able to go to the Kentucky Derby was before the first time I actually got to see my son. Let's just say that's been a long time ago, huh? Being that he's 27. And, oh, my son's birthday is right around the same time as the Kentucky Derby. So that's easy for me to remember. And then I went to the Belmont in 2004 when Smarty Jones was trying to win the Triple Crown. But I bet on horse number 4 who won. That's my lucky number is 4, just by the way. But I walked the paddock and I was looking at all the horses that were there, and I was like, sprinter, sprinter, sprinter. Man, this horse looks like he's ready to run all day. And that's what you need at the Belmont, one that's ready to run all day. Jose Golf Piper, howdy, sir. Anyways, horse number 4 came in first, and That $100 I threw down came back 36 to 1. Yeah, you can do some math. Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. And then I had to pay taxes on it. Damn it. Mark, there is some truth to that in horse racing. There is definitely some truth to that in horse racing. But having grown up around the King Ranch, there's some things that my mind automatically looks for in horses. And when I see those things, if I'm at certain tracks, I can go in and I can justify saying, here, throw some money on that one. And I'm about, if I had to guess, I'm somewhere around $10,000 up on the house. Lifetime. That doesn't mean to say I've always won. That's just to say that my numbers keep going up a little bit as I do put my little bets in. But I won't bet horses unless I'm there at the track, because I like to walk the paddock and I like to look at the horses. And you can see the ones that are going to win if you know what you're looking at. Oh yeah, 36 to 1. Now, I can tell you why it was so high for the Smarty Jones race, because Smarty Jones had won the Preakness and the Kentucky Derby. Hands down favorite. Everybody wants to see that Triple Crown winner. They want that ticket. So everybody was dumping $2 on Smarty Jones to win. That's the smallest bet you could make. So thousands and thousands of dollars were coming in on Smarty Jones to win. And if you know about horse racing and betting on horse racing, what you're betting on is you're betting against the pool of money that has been bet per horse. So it was basically for every $36 that was bet on all the other horses compared to, I don't even remember what the horse number 4's name was. I was drinking pretty heavily. I was on a stupid tour bus. I didn't have to even worry about driving. So the odds got shoved way up against all the other horses. But when I walked through the paddock, I was like, that's the horse that's going to win. I'm going to go dump money on that one. It just happened to be that it was also horse number 4. So I was like, man, I'm really feeling it right now. And my horse came through, and so like I said, when the odds are getting pushed crazy that way, sometimes it pays off to make those bets. But if you get really good payoffs that way, I'm going to tell you right now, they are going to slap you with a tax payout sheet, and you better pay it because the government wants their cut of your winnings. Damn it. Wait, is he going live at 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, or is he going live right after Robert? Birdstone. Sounds, I thought it was Bluebird or something like that. I mean, it was Bird something. I can verify that. But I'll tell you right now, I was drinking. I'm not going to lie about that. There's a whole lot of that day that was a blur. But the extra $3,600 suddenly in my pocket felt pretty good. Boris, Huva Ilta, brother. You were watching sumo wrestling? Sumo wrestling is actually really interesting, especially if you understand the sport. If you don't understand the sport, it just looks like two fat guys trying to slap the shit out of each other. But that's also a sport. There's a slap fighting, professional slap league or whatever. And there's some big old monster guys that can slap the teeth out your mouth. I swear to God, I wouldn't even get into that stuff. I'd have to work my arm, end up looking like Popeye. Okay, so Paul at 11 Eastern, that's 10 Eastern. Paul, I hope I can be there for you, brother. I'm not going to lie, 10 is a little difficult from time to time here on my end, just because I'm still normally trying to do chores and stuff. And speaking of Robert, there he is. Driving and listening. Well, don't be texting, sir. Be safe. Drive well. Hey, Mark, when I used to have a dog track right down here, I would go every Thursday because it was 50-cent dogs and 50-cent beer. And me and 4 friends would go, and one of us would always be the designated driver. Oh, but we used to rack in all kind of money on that, because if you know what you're looking at, you can bet the dogs. Just like you can bet horses, you can bet dogs that same way. Howdy from the Great White North there, Everett. But Boris is here too, and he's also from the Great White North. You know what? All of y'all are Great White North compared to me. Well, unless, of course, y'all aren't white. I haven't seen Glenn in here, and he'd be south of me, and so would Jose. Not Jose Golf Piper, but Jose Cavendish. Now, funny thing is, my mother-in-law has been griping about how she wants to have Hulu. Well, to get the Hulu Plus package that gets all the channels that my mother-in-law wants to watch, my wife said, okay, fine, I'll order it. Well, that comes with the Disney Plus and the ESPN Plus. So now I'm going to be recording every UFC event ever. Southern Piper, I am south of Houston. If you're looking south of Houston, almost dead set in between Galveston and Houston, I'm there. And if you have to look real hard, you'll be finding that you're pointing at a little place called Friendswood. Which puts me about 23 miles south of I-10. There's a lot of places that are south of I-10 that are not able to be 23 miles south of I-10. Because they're in the water at that point. And then, of course, there's Florida. Florida has a good chunk of south of I-10. Tried to keep this pipe lit. Unfortunately, I packed it wrong, and that means it's smoking like a canoeing cigar. I am not the greatest piper on the planet. I'm much better with cigars. Oh, hey, I found a picture on the internet the other day. This is a picture from the inside of a flying saucer. And a flying saucer is a brew pub that has multiple beers. And if we look right there in the middle, we'll see that plate number 395 has my name on it. I might have drank just a little bit of beer. So Everett, what's the weather like up there in Canada? We'll get Boris and Everett fighting over who's got the worst weather right now. Not true. They don't tend to fight. Oh God, Steve, that's uh-oh. Only thing I will say about being up on, that's the one in downtown Houston. In case you go to, if you ever show up in Houston, you want to see that plate in its natural setting. You go to the Flying Saucer. There's a register right at the center of the bar. You go to that register and you look straight up. I'm right there. And I will tell you, I held off and held off and held off because I kept trying to get number 400. I wanted plate number 400. And then I was like, nah, I can't hold off anymore because there'd be times where there'd be 5 and 6 plates all at once. So I tried really hard to get plate number 400. And I mean, I failed. That's okay. But I got close. Yes, I planned it out to get plate number 400. I also have a plate in the Sugarland location. It would take you a whole lot more to find that one because I'm just one of the many up on a ceiling. I can't believe they would send you some Captain Black Grape. And didn't you listen to Everett when he said, oh, hell no? Now you're in the doghouse and Kathy's on the warpath. Lord help the man that sent you that stuff. Woo, Everett. That is mighty chilly. Let's see, negative 13. That's I guess 24-ish degrees Fahrenheit. I will say that I was out in a little bit colder than that last year in February. Just me and Boris. Boris kept me company. I appreciate it too. I say it a lot. Y'all don't know. For me, it was painful cold. No, Steve. Nope. Nope. You can smoke all of that CBG you want. I got a feeling he's probably sending me Largo, so I'm pretty good. I got the squadron leader, but it hadn't showed up yet. Of course, I also said it can completely wait. Ooh. Yeah, exactly freezing temperatures and snowfall. That's that ugly wet snow that sticks to everything and melts just slightly and turns to ice. I've been experienced to that kind of snowfall before. I think 32 snowfalls are the worst. But like I said, it's because they melt just slightly, and as they melt just slightly, it just turns into a sheet of ice, and then everything gets dangerous. At least that's my recollection of snowfall at 32 degrees. Cole, howdy, sir. Great to see you. Well, I said that I would grow this back out starting with January 1st. And this is quite literally all of it that's grown since January 1st. You can see I have a hard time even grasping it. When I tell you that my face hair does not grow at all, I mean it. Okay, so Boris, I'm not just making that up as some Texan that's barely ever seen snow. Oh, and my recollection of that was from out on the road in the middle of winter in places that this South Texas boy should have just never been, but it was a great job, so I was there. I think the last time it was Johnson City, Tennessee. Woo, single digits. I've been in a few of those. I've been in a few negative digits. I don't know how y'all live with it. No, Steve, no matter how much cat crap I rub on this, it still won't grow. When you consider this is the 18th, am I looking at that right? Does that number say 18 there? No, 19th. This is the 19th day I've been growing my beard, and wow. This is all that grows in 19 days. Think about that. When I tell you that this stuff does not grow, I mean it does not grow. Phil, I don't know of too many additions or changes, but Chad put out a video today that said that his GAW is canceled and that it's just going to end up being he's just going to give it away to somebody. Oh, Cole, that sounds kind of fun. Rolling around in the snow with a dog. True, that is very true, Mark. It is very similar to the way y'all feel about me and my temperatures in August, which y'all hardly ever hear me talking about. Oh, the temperature in August. I mean, I see a lot of people talking about how cold it gets. I hardly ever see anybody talking about how freaking steamishly hot that it gets. Oh, hey, Phil, Southern Piper's got a drawing going on. It's right here. Cola's entered. Oh, not warmer than 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, sorry, not colder than 17 degrees Fahrenheit. So, just slightly warmer than that time when you and I were hanging out. And I felt like a popsicle, and you were going like, pretty nice day. Just don't let me catch y'all here in August in Houston. I don't want to have to pick up any puddles. Southern, when is the deadline so Phil can get it into... $129.22. Thank you, Southern. I appreciate it. So does Phil. Because Phil likes to put everything that is of any interest for us pipe smokers into his thing. And that's just the way it is. Woo! Good one, Steve. JB, HDE, howdy, sir. Great to see you. Well, Everett, I'm not saying that there's not places that don't get hot in the summertime. And temperature-wise, there's a lot of places that still will beat Houston out. No problem. Hands down, hot. But it's the 100% humidity thing that gets going on along here in Houston. And it just makes you start thinking, God hates me. Not that God hates you, just that humidity and heat completely makes it hard to breathe. You can't walk from your door to your car without thinking that you got to go back in and take a shower. The last time I've been to the Dakotas was August-ish. I had a Harley back then. Y'all might know where I was kind of going. It's like the mecca of all motorcycle rallies. Though you want to know something funny? Go find out about the first Sturgis motorcycle rally. JB, that is true. That is true. Unfortunately, I don't have the cold weather to go dive into the snow after being in the sauna. I mean, the grass is still green. According to a poem that I kind of reworded, Santa showed up on a John Deere this year instead of a reindeer. Just saying. In winter, Boris is telling me that his perfect weather is down to 14 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 2 degrees colder than it was for me on the coldest day I've ever seen in Houston. Yeah, JB, walk-in freezer might work. We just go to the swimming pool. That's about it. Wait, who's in Milwaukee? I've been to Milwaukee. Other places in Wisconsin that I've been: Eau Claire, Oshkosh, and some little stream that my uncle took me to when I was 14 years old, and we went fishing. Everett, you don't have a thin enough loincloth to visit Texas, even in the winter. You'd still be breaking out in a sweat. It was 75 degrees today. I am literally in a thin t-shirt. I mean thin. Look, you can see right through it. Ah yes, Harley Davidson. I visited their Kansas plant, and I visited their Milwaukee plant, and there's one other, and I don't remember where that is, but I visited that too. A friend of mine said, "Hey, you're right there by this." And I was like, "Tell me where it is. I'll figure it out." Yeah, I'm telling you, Houston is not a fun place during the summer months. The other problem with Houston during the summer months is these big, gigantic mosquitoes. You're kind of afraid to slap them because they might decide that they want to wrestle. They got more arms than you do, so, I mean... Hey, did I just see that right? Did Nashville Mafia just go live? Huh, YouTube just told me that Nashville Mafia went live. Anybody want to check that to make sure before I sign out? They're probably still in black screen. Ah, okay, so Nashville Mafia is live. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been so great having y'all here. Thank y'all for showing up to the tailgate. Glad that we could hang out, have a good time, smoke a little bit, talk some shit, drink a beer in my case, and gotta tell you, y'all are the best part of my day on a regular basis. Tonight is no exception. And as per always, I'd like y'all to remind yourselves, take care of yourselves and each other. Do the best you can with that. And of course, as always, Remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I will see you over at Tennessee here in just a minute. Bye for now.